MFA updates.
Welcome to MFA Update, a weekly program that focuses on Thailand's foreign affairs and activities. I am Supanida Janmoon, and today we'll talk with Mr. Cherdchai Chaivaivid, Director General of the Department of International Economic Affairs, about roles of MFA in promoting investment and driving Thailand's economy. Let's check it out.
The foreign affairs that matter. Special guests from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. This is the MFA updates.
And we are here with Mr. Cherdchai Chaivaivid, Director General of the Department of International Economic Affairs. We will discuss about roles of MFA in promoting investment and driving Thailand's economy. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
First of all, can I ask about the foreign policies that are linked in promoting investment and driving the Thai economy, please?
Well, let me start by saying that our foreign policy is, of course, at the heart of the government's efforts to attract trade and investment. And in fact, foreign policy of Thailand's economic diplomacy has long been a part of our foreign affairs since hundreds of years ago. I think that there are a couple of elements that we need to look at when it comes to the relationship between foreign policy and the promotion of trade and investment. First of all, it is the foreign policy's responsibility to make sure that we create the correct understanding about Thailand. Thailand is a free market economy, that we continue to promote trade and investment. I think that is the first element. Secondly, we need to make sure that Thailand is always a part of international trade regime, and of course, regional and international economic cooperation. Our role in, for instance, leading the APEC process 2 years ago was a good evidence of the role that we can play when it comes to international economic cooperation. And thirdly, and I think this is very important, our missions overseas, our embassies, consulate offices across the globe must play a role in seeking, identifying economic opportunities, both inbound and outbound, that can bring investment into the country, and at the same time make sure that our investors can make the right decision when it comes to overseas investment, which is on the up for a number of years now. So a couple of elements that I think are very important to identifying the role of foreign policy.
You have mentioned a little bit of the attraction of the investment to Thailand. Can I ask about the main factors that can attract investment to Thailand, and what are the challenges that can happen in driving the Thai economy in the international dimension?
Very good question. If you look at what our Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Panpri, has said in the past couple of months, I think the most important element is to look at the way that we want to go forward in terms of driving our economy. This is what we call new growth path of Thailand, which comprises of a few important components. First of all, green growth, growth that is responsible for the climate. And secondly, growth that is innovation driven. And thirdly, growth that is community based. These components cannot happen if we do not have a strong human resources development. So I would place human resource development as the key challenge in driving our economic development forward. If you look at, for instance, if you look at the number of our population, which is roughly around 71 million, out of this number, 39 or almost 40 million are in the labor-intensive industry. 14% of this 40 million is high-skilled labor. That is something that we can improve in the coming years. We need to make sure that we have a lot more number of high-skilled workers. We need to make sure that we have put forward the right education reform in making sure also that we have enough human resources in driving the economy forward. And of course, innovation, creativity is always at the heart of all this education reform. Yeah, I think that is the main challenge going forward in attracting investment into the country.
It's very interesting because when we talk about the investment and money, we usually think about the money should be invested more or less. But you talk about people, in investment in education, in working, in people as well, which is really interesting aspect to talk about. And can I go deep down a little bit more about the competitiveness of Thailand? What role does the Ministry of Foreign Affairs play and plans to help promote Thailand's competitiveness?
Well, first of all, Foreign Affairs might not be the only agency who can, drive everything forward. Of course, we need to work closely with all line agencies, all of our partners, be they private or public sector, and of course, the thing that we always call Team Thailand, particularly the Team Thailand overseas, need to be used as the front office to make sure that we have necessary channel of communication when it comes to connecting Thailand with the region and global community. There are a few elements that we need to look at when we talk about making sure that Team Thailand is efficient. A few drivers, if I may. First of all, we need to make sure that we have a good level of negotiation power and recognition in the global economic community.
Yeah.
We need to make sure that we join in the right conversation. For instance, economic cooperation, trade regime. We need to work closely with the right partners in regional and global economic communities. And indeed, be there when it comes to introducing new trade agreements. That is the first element that I think is extremely important when it comes to driving Team Thailand forward. And secondly, I think this is something to do more domestically. That is to make sure that we have appropriate the right level of ecosystem within the country, which is conducive to of course, to attract investment, to drive forward innovation, and of course, things like sustainability, which is inclusivity, which is sort of contemporary agenda that we need to embrace in making sure that we have the right ecosystem for foreign investors to put their production in the country. And lastly, There's a saying that this is the century of Asia. We, as an active member of this region, we need to always make sure that we have a peaceful, stable, and open Asia that is well connected to the rest of the global community. Thailand needs to be active, needs to be constructive in sub-regional and regional economic cooperation. There are, frameworks that Thailand has always been an active member of, for instance, such as ASEAN, APEC, BIMSTEC, Greater Mekong, sub-region cooperation, that kind of thing. So to be able to enhance all this cooperation, to enhance the connectivity among all this regional and sub-regional cooperation is very vital in supporting the visibility of Thailand that is useful, that is impactful to this region. So a couple of things that we need to look at.
This is very hopeful. Sounds very hopeful. You have mentioned about joining the right conversation, have a good partners, a good connection, and also cooperation. We have known a little bit already about ASEAN, APEC, but may I ask, what is the thing that Thai people should know about the benefit that Thailand becoming the member of OECD?
First of all, Thailand has not become a member of OECD at this moment in time. We have in fact expressed readiness to start sort of a process in becoming a member of OECD in the future. And this process takes time. A lot more things need to be addressed, need to be done in making sure that we are ready to be part of this very important economic cooperation. OECD is in fact a platform for changing good policy practices to support member countries in making sure that members have the right formulation and implementation of economic policies. And as a matter of fact, the OECD, which comprises members from Europe, Latin America, who are members of the economic powerhouse in the global economy, the OECD plays a very important role in shaping world economic policy going forward. So to be part of the OECD is to be at the right conversation. A couple of things that we look at when it comes to identifying benefits of joining the OECD. Of course, first of all, we will have more investment because we will protect more overseas investment. We will have a higher standard when it comes to competitiveness, when it comes to regulations, when it comes to creating the right ecosystem that I mentioned earlier. Sustainability, transparency, good governance, education, innovation, that kind of thing. So the first main benefit of joining OECD is to put Thailand in the right place, at the right time, in the right community. And then thirdly, and equally important is the visibility of Thailand in the global economic governance. This is very important because OECD is up there when you talk about governance, transparency, and best practices regime in driving international economic cooperation. The whole benefit, the whole concept of driving Thailand towards higher standard up to the OECD sort of level of development is that we will have a smaller but more efficient government. We will have a bureaucracy that is responsive to trade and investment. So, small but efficient bureaucracy is the key when it comes to us being part of the OECD. So, it's a good process that will benefit Thailand a great deal going forward. That is a process. It takes time. It takes a lot of efforts, across the whole spectrum of Thailand's bureaucracy in driving all this revolutionized economic approach going forward. So that is the main sort of idea of us joining OECD in the future. But as I emphasized earlier, this is still early days. We are probably talking about years in making sure that Thailand is ready to join OECD.
This seems to be very perfect strategy and a great opportunity for Thailand to be very competitive in an international stage as well. Thank you so much for sharing the insights about roles of MFA in promoting investment and driving Thailand's economy. Thank you so much, Mr. Cherdchai Chaivaivid, Director General of the Department of International Economic Affairs. Thank you so much. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Thank you for having me. Thank you. ขอบคุณครับ
There was Mr. Cherdchai Chaivaivid, Director General of the Department of International Economic Affairs, discussing roles of MFA in promoting investment and driving Thailand's economy. And that's it for the program MFA Update for this week. If you want to listen to the previous episodes, please check out the YouTube channel MFA Thailand and also our Facebook page FM 88 Radio Thailand English. Thank you for listening and I will see you next time. I am Suphanida Janmoon. สวัสดีค่ะ
MFA Updates